All right. So, check it out. Here is so here's this tune. I'm going to show you a little bit where I'm at with it. The drums are all bounced out. Living at and then the bass, which is, I think I used the P bass. Yeah, because the action was real weird on my 5-string. I have since fixed it. It's a bass DI, which is the KGB, Sansamp, which is the whatever, Sansamp RB1, RBI, and then the Axe Effects is just a whatever in Axe, so you don't get SVT. Here we go. See, I'm kind of like laying, like, I remember there's a drummer in Florida when I was a kid. Well, he's still there, but he was one of my heroes. He was in the greatest cover band I've ever seen in my life, Breeze. If you ever get to Florida, I don't think they're doing it anymore. They were together for about 30 years. Anyway, he was the drummer, and he was working in my studio, and he was a fair amount older than me. I was probably, I don't know, early 20s, and he was probably like mid-30s. But really accomplished session guy. And we were working on some of my songs, and he talked about, like, he taught me about note displacement. He's like, you can be on the beat, you can be behind the beat, or you can be ahead of the beat. And he says, you're having this thing where you're pushing, I'm feeling like you're ahead of the beat. Lay back, it feels more kind of sexy, right? Because most of rock and roll is either behind the beat or kind of on the beat, maybe a little ahead of the beat on progressive rock or something, but that's not really what I do. So with this, it's like, because it's a drum machine or, like a program, and even though I've swung some of the drums and I've laid some stuff back on the drums, it still has a very stiff, not stiff, but like a real straight feel, which I kind of like. And then I lay back the guitar and the bass. So you can hear the bass kind of laying on the back end of a lot of those kicks and snares. A little more up on the woo doo 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 doo, and then back to like behind the beat. And then here's the guitars. So what I ended up going with was, I got rid of the Soldano. That wasn't for me. In theory, it might have been a better choice for this rhythm, but it was so many things going on with that thing that were bothering me. It wasn't worth it. So, but what I did was, so there's 2 tracks. You'll see a pair left and a pair right. So it's 2 performances. Left is 2 amps, right is 2 amps. And left is PT100 and Mark IV. No, Mark V in Mark IV mode with a little 808 on. And then the other side is PT100 with Recto Channel 3 in modern mode with a little bit of 808. Nice. And then together, got them going through our little bus here, our little bus for mixing, which I just touched this. I don't even know. Yeah, it's nothing. It's just set up for the mix template. It's not really doing anything. Yeah, just a touch of that. But rid of the soothe for now. But what's on here is this wow. So, I mean, obviously a lot of you guys are guitar players. If you don't have this, you probably download it for free and see if you like it. It's like $25. This thing is killer, and this is Korneff. This is a dude that mixes a lot of modern rock. And I've, for the last probably 10 years, used BX Shred Spread for spreading the guitars out, which is nice, but this is better. I don't know, it just sounds cool. So, yeah, and we use Thick Boy and kind of a wet and yada, 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 hoo-hada. It's my buddy's setup, really. So now I've confiscated it. But here we go. So we've got all the drums are here. The basses are here, the 3 tracks for bass. And then we've got the guitars, which I'll do a guitar all group so that I can turn them all on or all off, because it's solo safe going through the bus. So you solo from the track. And there it is. Here, let's have a little fun. Just take a listen and okay, well, listen to a minute, and then I'm going to show you how I tracked it. You can feel the feel change, right? So you've got very kind of 4 on the floor for the main, like, riffy riff, right? And the bass is very much accentuating that feel. So it's basically goes completely against the guitars. The guitars are all like sleazy and slicey and like this, and the drums and the bass are like gunk, gunk, gunk. I'm just like, I'm just undulating in little pockets. So I'm staying with it, and then I'm undulating. And then when I go up on the bass, that may be where I go like a little more on the beat, and then come lay back into the beat. It was all behind the beat. And this, if you're a guitar player, like if you're doing my thing here, you're on this. You come to this YouTube and you're a guitar player, but you also play bass. It is so imperative that you do not play, well, I'll say for me, I can't play bass totally like a guitar player. It's whack. It is whack, and you smell like a guitar player. You gotta like have like my first instrument in bands was bass. My first instrument was guitar, but then when I started playing in bands, there was already good guitar players that were older than me. I was younger than a bunch of these dudes, so I ended up on bass. First song is Hold On Loosely, Don't Let It Go, and Any Way You Want It. And those are like the first songs, one of those songs off of the Ace Frehley Snowblind, like the Ace Frehley record, but those are my first band songs, and it was with bass. So I'm not really what I would consider a bass player, but I can definitely hear when a guitar player is playing bass. So you see, it's got this very staunch. That's to create a juxtaposition from the guitar being all slicey. But listen to when it goes into the little pre-chorus thing here. It does the opposite. So if you listen to this, becomes like this little bouncy thing. So what I'm going to do is put, I'm going to put other parts in here. Some guitars. I hear some synths in my mind, maybe a little something. I don't know. We'll see. But there it is. So that's the main. It's just 2 riffs. It's just back and forth. And if you guys are interested in getting into this, doing licensing, a lot of licensing music is kind of like that. It's like 2 parts. And what you do is you play them like 3 times each, but in different ways, and add different things and change up and take out drums and put in guitar solos and take out and put in this and take out, so that the entity that purchases this has a number of looks for different commercials or for different shows. So it's usually, the ones that I do are usually like around 2 minutes long. They're instrumental. And they've got a theme. Like this would be like hard rock, beer drinking rock, or whatever you'd want to call it, 80s hair metal, whatever. So And you'd be surprised. Like, this could go behind dialogue for, you know, car driving. You can hear the movement, right? So it's got to be kind of visual. So, and also, if you want to start doing this stuff, start when you watch TV and you're on YouTube and you see commercials. Listen to the music. Listen to how it works against the visual and the way that they glue it together. It's like an art in itself. You know, I've had some success at it. I would not say by any means I'm an expert at it, but I'm just trying to tell you guys what little bit I know about it. And a bunch of my songs are on NFL Today, so it's cool. I got some mailbox money. Yay, mailbox money. So the way I track this was, I track this intro. I did about 5 takes of one combo and about 4 takes of the other combo. So the first combo here is this is the PT100. Here, let me ungroup this. So this is the PT100 here at the beginning. And then here's the Mark V, I think. Yes, Mark V. And that's one take. Split, 2 amps, 2 cabs, and then they go through these auxes here. So it's 2 mics that are melted into one. So there you go. So there's a little bit of clashing, not but it hasn't been EQ'd or sculpted, right? So it's just, it is what it is. Other side is the PT100 and the rectifier. Right? And I actually turned it up in the blend because when I got done with it, it feels a little heavy. And I haven't, again, let me do this. I haven't done any EQing. So this is just the frequencies of both of them. So maybe you do a little of this action. Let's hear it against. Okay, but I'm bypassing this. We're not EQing right now. I know that the sounds are good. And here they are. See, when I did the Mark and the PT, I liked it. When I doubled it, it felt a little bit too much of the same thing, and I wanted more of this. So I went into the modern mode on the rectifier, which gives me more of this. And then, because without it, so here's with the rectifier on the right, and take it out, you lose that thing on top. Which gives it like a little bit of a, I don't know, it's just, I like it. You just got to make sure it doesn't overtake the track. So what I did was, here are some takes. So you see I have all the takes. So here I think was 4. So what I did was I ran the whole intro, Then when I got to here, I did punches. So I would punch on this change, watch. So I would be standing up with the guitar, but here I'll put the guitar on so you can see it. But I would just play on the punch, and there's a couple of reasons with this. I'll show you real quick. So if I went here, right, and I go into pre-roll, you're seeing this. This is where it's going to drop right here, right? But it's going to start over there, so. Don't go from, because I'm doing it better now, but again, my hand has been weird, so I haven't been able to practice it. But I didn't like the sound of because there's just that little murky. There's just a little murky in there, and whether or not I could have gotten it out, I just didn't do it. So here you'll hear it. So listen, it's going to come right in on that B flat 2. And then so instead of it being, let me go to an early playlist. An early playlist. Why is there nothing there? Am I losing my marbles? There we go. No, that's... Oh, I just did the last few. I'm trying to find one that's... Like here. This is No Punch. Right in here. That's what I didn't like. So when I tracked it, I basically tracked it in the same way that I comped it. I mean, I don't think I really comped it. I just found one that I like, but these are just punches, right? And then I comped you'll see I punched the last chord. Sounds kind of weird, but when everything's on, you don't really hear it. I probably went to it. Usually what you want to do is go to the chord that you're going so that you get that little moment between it. Right back on. So that's how he did it. So, and then you see here both sides. And then at the end, one of the chords is more yeah, see, there's more of a stop here. Yeah, and I get real picky, and you know what? That's just how it is. You know, being in LA, doing all that modern rock in the 2000s, man. They wanted it. You know, yeah, they didn't care how they... They wanted it tighty-whitey, lefty-loosey. Let's see how this sounds. Yeah, there you go. And that last chord is that B flat 2 with the G in the bass. Kind of like that Purple Rain chord. Yeah. It could be in a hard day's nights. And then I think the bass is on B flat and the guitar is G on the bottom. And that's what gives it that little, like, almost like, what's next? That's the other thing they always want hard stops for licensing, because in commercials there's always there's these impact things and they want like a so there it is. So I don't know how you guys feel about this. If you enjoyed this video, I almost trashed this song last night. I was just like, I'm not inspired. I'm forcing this thing. I'm not into it. Like maybe it's just all over and I just need to focus on, making money and coaching Little League and just, playing a cover band and just forget all this. Because I felt like, I don't know. And then I was just like, and then I was, talking to myself. I was like, Leo, just freaking relax. Just relax, man. I don't know if anybody else goes through this stuff, but man, this sometimes I'm like, I don't even want to do this music thing anymore. I watched an interview with Charles Barkley. He's never played basketball since the last day he was on the whatever team. And it was like, they were like, really? You've never just like played with your friends? You have a hoop at home or working out? He's like, nope. It's like, I'm done. I had played, my whole life was basketball for 20 years and my body was beat up and I was over it. I was like, oh, I'm not really like that. I don't really feel like that. I felt like that last night. I felt like, forget all this, man. I don't know. But now I'm happy because this sounds pretty cool, right? It's something. And I'm going to put solos on it and keyboards and going to do some wiki to it. And we'll listen to a second. Now listen to it without wow on. It's like wow is an EQ that like cleans up like low mids, but also by spreading it, it clears out stuff because it's not everything up inside itself. So with wow. Without wow. Wow. I got the drums like jumping. It's nice. So anyway, and the other thing I was going to say, and we're going to wrap this because I got to go pick the kids up. This whole way that I'm playing with this, like, drop the marker here, punch on this chord, punch on that chord, punch on this chord. This is because there's a lot of gain. And the hand can get a little noisy. Things moving around can be noisy. If you're in your band, you're live, who cares? But on a record, a lot of squeaking sucks. And clients don't like it. Trust me, they don't like it. Unless you're doing garage punk rock, which I do zero. Clients don't like it. You listen to like the guitars on like Since You've Been Gone, it's like da na 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 na. It's like everything just appears out of thin air, and that's how they do it. They use pre-roll, which if you're on Logic, there's probably pre-roll or Cubase or whatever you're on. They're all the same, I think. But yeah, so then you're just ready and you just come right in. Sometimes you play into it just to get the motion or to have a little of the chord before it. But usually when I know that I'm going to stop, like if I go, I'm going to do first chord, second chord, third chord, not the fourth chord. Coming out of the third chord, sometimes I'll move to the fourth chord. Then when I drop on the fourth chord and I crossfade them, it sounds perfect. So, and then we've got G, B flat 2 with a G in the bass. It's been a hard day's night. More videos coming. They're coming.